I'm never going into a Walgreens again, ever. Very good, very good. Give her another round of applause. Come on, come on. And now we have the authoress of Still Single, Still Dating, the lovely and very funny, talented Debbie Sue Goodman. Come on, give it up for Debbie Sue. Come on up, Debbie. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. We are having a blast here, aren't we? We have wonderful comedians, we're having a good time, wonderful audience. Thank you so much for the introduction. Yes, I am Debbie Sue Goodman. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I am still single. I wrote a few books about being single and a drama story like John was saying. I wrote Still Single was my first book. Still Dating was my second. The third one will be I Give Up. But I really have a lot of interest, and I have wonderful friends that I hang out with, and everybody's always giving me different ideas on how to find the right guy, and they ask me for advice too. But I found out you can meet people in unusual ways. For instance, I was just standing in line at my local post office, minding my own business. There was a guy behind me, taps me on the shoulder. I turned around and he says, you know, with a face like that, I feel like I could tell you anything. He says, I'm going to tell you everything. He goes, I lost my last 4 jobs. Yep, they fired me. I'm mailing out 6 resumes and my car was repossessed. So I gave him my phone number. He looked like a nice guy. And then I get back to work and I'm sitting at my desk and the phone rings. And then I pick it up and I hear this strange noise in the background. It sounded like the thump, the thump, the thump, the thump, like a washer and dryer. Sure enough, he said, Debbie Sue, I'm calling you from the local laundromat. They took my phone away. I've only got 2 minutes to talk because I'm running out of change. I'm using a payphone. Payphone in this day and age? He says, but I'd like to take you on a date for a walk. I said, ooh, a walk on the first date? Who does things like that? I'm not that kind of girl. Maybe the second date, maybe the third date, certainly not the first date. Go on a walk? Couldn't believe the nerve. I was working with a fellow for 2 years. We never had lunch together. We never had dinner together. He says, Debbie, in all this time, we've never eaten together. Come on, girl, let's do lunch. I said, okay. We get to the restaurant. We sit down. Now, the waitress takes the order. He starts talking slowly to me when he started to eat. He's talking slowly. He's eating slowly. All of a sudden, I start blinking like this. Something's hitting me in the eyes. You guys, I don't know what it was. And then he starts talking faster, eating faster, and I start blinking faster like this. I realize now he's spitting food in my eyes. I didn't know what to do. He thought I liked him and I was winking at him. We get through eating, and he says, we gotta do this again sometime, Debbie. And then he picks up the check, he goes up front, and then he goes, and I said, okay, sounds good, sounds good. Oh, I tell you, but I'm not giving up. One thing I do know for sure is that all the busboys and all my area restaurants, they all love me. As soon as I walk in and I sit down at the table, they come running over. They refill my water. I hand them $1. They're working hard. They come back to the table again. They take the plates away. Hand them a couple more dollars. They come back again to bring a doggy bag. I hand them a few more. Yes, I'm proud to admit the busboys all love me for my big tips. Oh, but I tell you, I'm happy just staying home. I like to watch some of the classics. I don't know if anybody here is a Liza Minnelli fan. We all love Liza, yes. A few people here, yes. Has anybody seen her recently? She is amazing. I don't know how old she is, but I remember when she was married to that one guy, David Gesht, and I know that she was older, and he was something like 20 years younger than her. Didn't he have those big eyes, the cheeks? It was something like... He had that look. He was a real looker. But I don't know why that didn't last. But she did talk about all her marriages on different talk shows, and she's like one of my favorites. And I heard her talking. She said, I was married quite a few times, and I really loved all my husbands. We all had different relationships, and I'm a shingle now. I'm a swinging shingle, and I'm so happy to be here. But I'm so sorry to be spitting on everybody in the front row. But this is so much fun, and it's like my friend Elsie used to say. Oh, back in the day, back in Chelsea, what good is shitting all by yourself in a room? Come hear the music play. Life at your cabaret chums, and I'm so glad you all came here today. And my name is Elijah, and that's Elijah with a G, not Elijah with an S. Oh, I love Liza. Oh, thank you, thank you. There's so many people that I enjoy. I've seen Judy Garland. Any Judy Garland fans here? Liza's mother. Yes, we love Judy. I've seen her. Actually, they were on shows together. They sang together, they were on shows together, and I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if Judy Garland was on an episode of Ed Sullivan? I don't know if anybody remembers Ed, though, because Ed, when he was introducing people, I mean, I don't know if anybody here remembers, because I'm like the oldest person here probably in the room, but Ed, because I watch all the classics, used to introduce people in a way like maybe he had too much water before he got on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, right here, right now, on this stage, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Miss Judy Garland. And Judy would come out like grabbing every part of her body when she sang, "You made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me sigh for, and all the time you knew it. I guess you always knew it. Give me, give me, give me, give me what I cry for. You know you've got the brand of kisses that I die for. You know you made me love you." Oh, well, thank you. We all love Judy. She was remarkable. Such a great talent. So many people that I went to see in concert and enjoy. There were so many people. I was just thinking that on Ed Sullivan, wouldn't it be great if Anthony Newley, Mr. Anthony Newley, if anybody remembers Anthony Newley, yes, a few people. Anthony Newley was on stage with Cher. Anthony Newley, I always had a crush on him. Even as a little girl, when I was 10, I had a crush on him. He used to come out there, and I don't know if anybody remembers, he sort of had like this, it was a Quasimodo sort of a look when he was singing his trademark song. It was like he was in pain, like this, honey. And he got on the stage, it's sort of like a look like I have when I come home from a bad date. And like singing, grasping his heart. What kind of fool am I that never fell in love? It seems that I'm the only one that I've been thinking of. In walks Cher. Whoa! If I could turn back time, or if I could find a way, I'd take back all the words that I heard you say. Whoa! Why can't I fall in love like any other man? Maybe then I'll know the kind of fool I am. Woo! Oh, we love Cher. Thank you, thank you. When I was a little girl, I remember that my dad took me to see Carol Channing. Carol Channing used to come out on stage when she did Hello, Dolly. And I remember that she held this tiny little, I've got a tiny little umbrella that I use, but she had a big umbrella, she had a medium-sized umbrella, and she did this show for like 2 nights for every single day. I think it was like 6 days in a row. I don't know how she did it, and she'd come out smiling like this, like a little girl, and everybody can join me. Oh, well, hello, Johnny, well, hello, Scotty, it's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Daniel, I can tell. Hannah, you're still glowing, you're still crowing, you're still going strong. Oh, we love Carol. I was like a little girl. I love Carol Channing. Oh, before I go, I ought to tell you that I have a group of friends that we used to go to nightclubs and to bars together, and we went out after work, and we would go where there's piano music, and you know, we just sat and enjoyed ourselves. And my girlfriend, my best friend, said to me, "You know what? I am not going with you anymore, and none of us are going with you anymore. I don't know what happens to you every time we go to a bar or a nightclub. I said, what do you mean? She says, something happened to you just the other day. Don't you remember, Debbie Sue? I said, no. She said, we went to that one bar. There was a piano player. You took a sip of wine. You stood up, and then you started singing Broadway show tunes in front of everybody. Everybody was sitting there. They couldn't believe it. I said, oh, no. That couldn't be me. What do you mean after a sip of wine? She says, no way. Not going with you anymore at all. Don't you remember when we went out, even just last week? I said, no, what happened? She said, we went out, you took a sip of my wine, you stood up in front of everybody, and you started singing like Ethel Merman. I said, oh, come on. What do you mean, me singing like Ethel Merman with one little sip of wine? Come on. What are you talking about? There's no business like show business, like now business, I know. Everything about it is appealing. Everything the public will allow. Nowhere can you get that happy feeling when you are stealing the extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are loud. Let's go on with the show. Thank you so much, everybody.